Imagine waking up to the aroma of sizzling bacon, softly scrambled eggs, and golden, buttery toast. Now, picture all those breakfast favorites stacked high in a single mouth-watering creation, a triple-decker breakfast toast sandwich that's guaranteed to start your day with a burst of flavor and energy. Whether you're cooking for yourself, impressing friends, or looking to elevate your morning routine, mastering this sandwich means bringing together classic breakfast elements in perfect harmony. Let's dive deep into how you can make a triple-decker breakfast toast sandwich like a true pro, step by step, ensuring every bite is packed with texture, taste, and satisfaction. It all starts with the foundation: bread. For a triple-decker sandwich, you'll need 3 sturdy slices. Choose bread that's thick enough to hold up to hearty fillings, but still soft enough to bite through easily. Classic white bread is always a winner for its neutral flavor and pillowy crumb. But if you want added texture and flavor, consider sourdough, whole grain, or even a rustic country loaf. Lay out your 3 slices and take a moment to appreciate that each will play a crucial role in carrying layers of breakfast goodness. Next, the art of toasting. This is not just a matter of popping bread into a toaster and hoping for the best. To achieve that golden, crisp exterior with a tender interior, spread a thin layer of softened butter on both sides of each slice. Preheat a skillet or griddle over medium heat and toast the bread slices until they're beautifully golden and crisp on both sides. The butter does more than just add flavor. It creates a barrier, keeping the bread from getting soggy when we pile on the fillings later. Set the toasted bread aside, letting it cool just slightly as you move on to the heart of the sandwich: the fillings. The beauty of a breakfast sandwich is in its balance of flavors and textures. For a truly pro-level triple-decker, you'll want a combination of savory, creamy, and crunchy layers. Let's begin with the protein. Bacon is a classic choice. Its smoky, salty crunch is practically synonymous with breakfast. Lay several strips of bacon on a cold, non-stick skillet, then cook on medium heat, turning occasionally until they reach your desired crispness. Drain the bacon on paper towels to remove excess grease. If you prefer, you can substitute with sausage patties, crispy ham, or even plant-based bacon alternatives for a different twist. Eggs are the next essential element. For a sandwich, you want the eggs to be soft and creamy, not dry or rubbery. Crack a couple of eggs into a bowl, season with a pinch of salt and pepper, and whisk until the yolks and whites are just combined. Melt a small knob of butter in a non-stick skillet over low heat. Pour in the eggs and stir gently with a spatula, scraping the bottom as curds form. The key is low and slow. This will give you soft, fluffy scrambled eggs that hold together but remain tender. Just before the eggs are fully set, remove them from the heat. Residual heat will finish the cooking, ensuring they stay moist. Now, we need a layer that brings freshness and a bit of bite. Thinly sliced tomatoes are a wonderful choice, offering juiciness and a subtle acidity that cuts through the richness of the eggs and bacon. You might also add crisp lettuce leaves, baby spinach, or arugula for a peppery twist. If you like a bit of heat, a few slices of pickled jalapeno or a dash of hot sauce can really wake up your taste buds. No breakfast sandwich is complete without cheese. Select a cheese that melts beautifully and brings a creamy, savory note to the mix. Sharp cheddar is a breakfast favorite, but Swiss, Monterey Jack, or even a mild brie work equally well. Place the cheese slices over the warm eggs or hot bacon so they begin to melt, enveloping the fillings in gooey, delicious comfort. Now, with all your components ready, it's time to assemble the masterpiece. Start with your first slice of toasted bread as the base. Spread a thin layer of mayonnaise or aioli if you like a hint of tang and creaminess. Layer on half the scrambled eggs, followed by a generous portion of crispy bacon. If you want to add more layers of flavor, consider a spoonful of caramelized onions or a sprinkle of fresh chives here. Place the second slice of toast on top of the bacon layer, pressing down gently. This middle layer is your opportunity to add more fillings and create contrast. Spread a bit of whole grain mustard or another condiment of your choice to add zing. Top with the remaining scrambled eggs, a few slices of tomato, and a handful of greens. Lay the cheese atop these vegetables, letting the residual warmth help it melt slightly. Finally, crown your creation with the third slice of toast. For an extra touch of decadence, you can spread a thin layer of softened butter or even a flavored cream cheese on the inside of this final slice before placing it atop the stack. Press down gently to help the layers settle together. Then, using a sharp knife, cut the sandwich carefully through the center. For that classic deli presentation, you can cut it diagonally into halves or even quarters, creating neat wedges that reveal the colorful, enticing layers inside. But a pro-level breakfast sandwich is not just about assembly. It's about attention to detail and little upgrades that take it to the next level. Consider these tips to make your triple-decker breakfast toast sandwich truly unforgettable. First, pay attention to temperature and timing. Assemble the sandwich while the fillings are hot so the cheese melts and everything melds together. If you need to keep the sandwich warm, wrap it loosely in foil and place it in a low oven for a few minutes. But don't let it sit too long or the toast may lose its crispness. Second, experiment with flavor boosts. A swipe of pesto or sriracha mayo can add depth and excitement. A sprinkle of fresh herbs, like basil, dill, or parsley, brightens each bite. If you love sweet and savory combinations, a thin layer of fruit preserves or a drizzle of honey pairs surprisingly well with salty bacon and eggs. Third, make it your own. The triple-decker format is endlessly customizable. Swap out the protein for smoked salmon and add a layer of cream cheese and capers for a brunch-inspired version. Use roasted vegetables, avocado slices, or sautéed mushrooms for a meatless option that's every bit as satisfying. Try different breads, pretzel rolls, English muffins, or bagels for a twist on texture and flavor. And finally, don't forget the sides. Pair your sandwich with a simple fruit salad, crispy hash browns, or a cup of fresh coffee to round out the meal. If you're serving a crowd, set out a platter of sandwich quarters with an array of condiments and let everyone build their own perfect bite. Eating a triple-decker breakfast toast sandwich is an experience, one that engages all your senses. From the sound of the crisp toast giving way under your bite, to the richness of the eggs mingling with smoky bacon, to the cool crunch of fresh veggies and the creamy melt of cheese, every layer is a celebration of breakfast at its best. So, the next time you want to treat yourself or loved ones to a breakfast that's as impressive as it is delicious, remember that the triple-decker breakfast toast sandwich is more than the sum of its parts. It's a canvas for creativity, a showcase for your favorite flavors, and a reminder that breakfast can and should be extraordinary. With just a few thoughtful steps and a little bit of culinary care, you can master this classic and start your day like a pro, one unforgettable bite at a time.